All right, time for a Wolf-PAC update. Well, how do we do in the state of Missouri? Now, wait a minute. Missouri is a completely Republican state at this point. Both the House and the Senate are Republican. Last year, here's what we did in Missouri. Bupkis. We couldn't even get the resolution introduced. All right, that's your update. We'll see you later. Oh, wait, that's right. How about this year? So this year, hey, look at that. We wound up getting it introduced in the Senate and in the House. It's almost as if you work hard, you might get some results, and we got a lot of people working hard on it. Okay, but what difference does it make? I mean, it gets introduced, but dominated by Republicans in the Senate, for example, so obviously we have no chance of winning it. And the resolution was SCR 24, except here's what happened. We won. By a vote of 21 to 13, the resolution to get money out of politics and to have a convention to do so won in the Missouri Senate. Now, okay, 21 to 13, but that doesn't make any sense. There's more Republicans than Democrats. So how could that happen if Republicans wouldn't vote for this? It turns out Republicans would vote for this, and they did. The Senate of Missouri broke down this way. Of the 21 votes that said, yes, let's do a convention to get money out of politics, it was 14 Republicans and 7 Democrats. More Republicans than Democrats voted for. Okay? You know why? Republicans don't like corruption either. I know the national level guys, Republicans and Democrats, love corruption. That's how they got to be in office in the first place. But at the state level, it turns out they're actually honest representatives. They actually practice democracy at the state level. So when you ask Republicans at the state level, hey, do you like crony capitalism? They go, no, I hate crony capitalism. Do you like Bloomberg or Soros or Rove or Koch brothers coming in here and telling you how to run your state? I said, no, we don't really like that. No, okay. So you want to get money out of politics? You want to have real democracy? You want to do a convention to do that? We're in. Now, I want to talk to you about Missouri Senator Bob Dixon, who's one of those Republicans. Now, look, as to whether Bob Dixon supports us in the end, it's an open question, right? And I'll tell you what happened in the House in a second. But what he cared about was being principled. He said, we should hear this out, okay? We should actually talk about this issue because it's a really important issue. And as he said that, he actually coined a new term that I love. Listen in here to Dixon.
The Senator, this campaign industrial complex has cropped up around the country, and I think it's important and it's healthy for the country when the greatest number of people are involved in the political process. And a lot of people are discouraged because of what they see. And some of the folks that that are outlined in this article you distributed, I don't know the intention of their heart, and I wouldn't try to even pretend to. But the fact remains that many Americans are very concerned about the unchecked influence of money in politics.
Did you hear that? I love that phrase, the campaign industrial complex. And that's exactly what it's turned into. These guys who make a ton of money from running this money in politics racket. It's funny, so a Republican coins that phrase. Obviously, the military-industrial complex, also coined by a Republican, Dwight Eisenhower. They're just as patriotic as we are. I mean, look, there's a ton of things that we disagree with Dixon on. A ton. I happen to personally disagree with him on. That's okay. That's called a democracy, right? If you get our overlords out of the equation and the guys writing the checks who get to decide what happens because of those checks, you get them out of the equation, then let's have fun. Let's go to a democracy. Let's debate things. But let's agree that the people should decide and not the richest donors in the world. Now, on the Democratic side, our sponsor was Jason Holzman, and he was fantastic. Real American hero and possibly one of the new founding fathers if we can get this amendment passed and get our democracy back. And I want you to hear him out as well.
The way it used to be before Citizens United ruling was that 501c4s and other nonprofits could advocate on issues. They were allowed to get involved in the politics of an issue campaign, but they steered clear of candidate elections. The way it is now is that unlimited and anonymous contributions flood super PACs to attack candidates without ever having to disclose who is paying for the attack. In America, our system of justice allows the accused to efface the accuser. But the consequences of the Citizen United ruling allows every one of us, everyone in this room, everyone in Washington, D.C., everyone who chooses to stand for public office, to be the target of political attacks shrouded in a cloak of secrecy. We are all subject to being swift-boated by anonymous attackers.
Republicans agree, Democrats agree, man. The idea that you could be destroyed because you made the mistake of disagreeing with a billionaire, and that's it. You get wiped off the map. He spends all this money in running attack ads against you, getting all the people organized with buses and the different campaigns and literature in your neighborhood. These billionaires and millionaires shouldn't get to decide our elections. We're all supposed to have the same vote. Do you think we're all the same? You really think you have as much power as the Koch brothers or George Soros? Of course you don't. They run things. We need a convention to propose this amendment because the national guys are never going to do it. Join us at wolf-pac.com. Now, the story in the end, for the moment being, does not have a happy ending. We won in the Senate, and we were in great shape in the House. We not only got it proposed and introduced, but we got it past 2 different committees. And then there was a scandal in the House in Missouri at the very end. Plus, there was other time restrictions, and there's other bills that they consider. That's why if we had more volunteers, more people on board, and we started the process earlier, we could have won in Missouri. But as it was, the legislature ended, it came to a close, and they didn't have a chance to vote on our bill. It didn't get voted down. They just never got to get a final vote in the House. So a lot of people fought hard for it. But you know what we're going to have to do next year? Fight harder. Because actually, when we go to battle, they're on our side. 96% of Americans agree that money's corrupting politics. Of course it is. Any rational person can see that. Come join the fight. Now, these are the great warriors in Missouri. Jay Wang, Aaron Runyon, Brandon Holtzclaw, Jerome Larkin, Sam Triola, Daniel Blank, Paul H. Are you going to be one of these guys? Are you going to be a warrior? Are you going to come and fight and win? So next year, I want to see the Missouri Senate like we did this year, and I want to see the Missouri House. And I want to see it in all these different red states, places where we've had a lot of success, New Hampshire and other places. We need to win, okay? Nobody ever told you it was going to be easy. If it was easy, they'd have done it already, right? You got to fight. But when those guys won in Missouri in the Senate, they felt great. And next year when we win in the House, we're going to feel great again. And when we get that amendment passed and we get our democracy back, there's no better feeling in the world. You'll feel on top of the world, and you'll know you did it. Are you strong enough to be one of those guys? Wolf-PAC.com.